So let's talk about ruby chocolate. It's new. It's only been around for like 18 months or so, as in available to the public. It's like the brand new fourth chocolate, and it doesn't really taste like chocolate in the same way that white chocolate doesn't taste like chocolate. It has the same mouthfeel as chocolate, but it's kind of a fruitier, tangier sort of flavor to it, and it's really good. I can't tell you how it's made because it's a trade secret. They're not telling anyone how they make it, and I get mine from Sanchuro, hashtag not sponsored, and it is not cheap. This bag, which is 250 grams, costs $15, so it's $60 a kilo, which is not cheap for chocolate by any stretch of the imagination. I get my milk chocolate from Aldi for I think like $8 or $10 a kilo, which is way cheaper, but it's worth it. And if you have the opportunity to get your hands on some ruby chocolate to give it a try, I definitely recommend that you do because it is amazing. So I'm going to show you 3 things that you can do with it for Valentine's Day. Recipe number 1 is going to be the classic chocolate covered strawberries, but using the ruby chocolate instead of milk or dark chocolate. So the first thing we're going to do is just take our strawberries in a bowl and go ahead and wash them. And once they're washed, we can put them out onto some paper towel and make sure they're all nicely spread out and not falling off the paper towel. Just chase them all back on there, put them in a single layer, and then we'll go ahead and pat them dry with another sheet of paper towel. Roll it around. You don't really want too much moisture to get into the chocolate because it will seize, and that is not what we want to have happen. And the next thing we're going to do is take our chocolate to get tempered, and I've just got a board here with some baking paper on it ready to go. So once my chocolate is tempered, I can start dipping my strawberries in, and it's just a case of pushing back the leaves because I think the leaves add a really nice contrasting color to the whole experience. Dunk it in, make sure it's good and covered as much as you want it to be. I like the chocolate on my strawberries to go almost all the way up to the top, and then set it out on the baking paper to set. And it's a really therapeutic and sort of, it's just a nice calm activity to do if you've got the time to do it. So yeah, just get that happening, dunk it in. I just really love the pink against the red and the green. I think it makes a really nice, it's visually appealing, and I think that people tend to eat first with their eyes. That's what I've been told anyway. So that's what we're going to do here. And once we've got all of our chocolate on our strawberries, pack away the extra strawberries and the paper towel that they were sitting on, and there they are. And because I tempered the chocolate so perfectly, I didn't even have to put them in the fridge. They were just ready to go right there. And the best way to serve them is with this chocolate flavored whipped cream, or any whipped cream, or you could make your own chocolate mousse if you're not lazy like I am. And then put that into a bowl, put like about 3 or 4 strawberries on the top, just like this. You could probably make it look a little bit Instagram pretty. I didn't really try that hard, but it looks delicious to me anyway. Chocolate and strawberries and pink chocolate. What's to not love about that? And then just, you can, I guess, share it with your Valentine if you want, or just eat it like I did, and it's delicious. So recipe number 2, we're going to make something that is pretend healthy. In this cup I've got some cashews that I soaked overnight in this beetroot juice, and that was just to turn them pink. So I'm going to drain them off now, and we're going to shake off the excess liquid and spread them out on this baking tray. And then we're going to put them in the oven, and it's about 180 degrees Celsius. and we're going to put them in the oven for about 20 minutes. Look at the color on those from that beetroot juice. Honestly, simple things, simple things. So into the oven for about 20 minutes, give them a stir after about 10 minutes so they don't get burnt or stuck or anything. And then once they're done and cooled, important that they are cooled down before you do this next step, we're going to put them into a bowl and we're going to make trail mix. So this is where it's pretend healthy. So take your cashew nuts that are now pink and beautifully roasted, and the beetroot doesn't add any flavor to them. If you're not a beetroot fan, it just adds color. We're going to add some dried raisins in there, probably about half a cup. And then we're going to go and add about half a cup of our ruby chocolate buttons. And that's as simple as this recipe is. It's just those 3 ingredients. Obviously add whatever you like. I just wanted to keep it nice and pink and red for Valentine's Day. So stir it all up, and then we're just going to portion it out into these little cellophane bags, which are cute but also such a pain in the butt to deal with. About 3 spoonfuls, and then a twist tie that comes with the bag to make it look all profesh and cute. And these would be a good gift if you had a crush on someone at your gym. If going to the gym is something that you do, it's not something that I do, but it is something that other people do that I know. And yeah, if you have a crush on a guy or a girl or someone at the gym, you know, bit of nice Valentine's-y trail mix for them. Let them know that you're thinking of them, crushing on them. Not gonna lie, just ate this all myself, so that's how I feel about that. So yeah, but this is a nice one. You could do this if you had like a kids party or something. That'd be a nice little gift as well. And then for our last recipe, you can probably tell where we're gonna go with this. We've got just some crinkle cut potato chips and some ruby chocolate buds. We're going to make potato chip barks. So I've smashed up my chips, and then we're just going to go ahead and empty out the chocolate into the bowl so that we can get it tempered in the microwave. And I will say about this chocolate, it does temper really well. It was really easy to work with, and I loved that it came in those tiny buds. It just made life so much easier not having to chop anything up. So while that's in the microwave, I've got my board here again, and I'm just going to grab some more baking paper because non-stick is always what we want when dealing with chocolate. And beautifully tempered chocolate right here. We're just going to add in our scrunched up potato chips. This was a pretty good amount of chips to chocolate. So 1 small packet of chips and the 250 grams of ruby chocolate seemed to be a good amount. So just giving that a good stir to get it all covered. You might be wondering why I didn't go the traditional Hercules candy route and use my hands for this. Is because I have run out of gloves, and I know people tend to freak out if I don't use gloves. You might also be noticing that band-aid on my ring finger on my left hand. Nothing dramatic happened. I burnt myself making soup and it blistered and is kind of gross, so I thought I'd cover it up with a Cars 3 band-aid, because I'm allergic to adult band-aids, so I have to wear children's band-aids, which is kind of embarrassing but also kind of cool. So we're going to go ahead and put that in the fridge, and then when it's all set, we're going to go ahead and try and cut it up with the pizza cutter that I bought purely for this purpose. And yeah, that it's not great, I'm not gonna lie. Steve must have some kind of magical pizza cutter that works really well for cutting up his barks, but mine's just hopeless. So we're just gonna, like, I guess persevere for a moment, but then, I mean, realistically, it's really bad. So we'll just like go ahead and get rid of that in a second here. It's more dangerous than it's worth, I think, for me, this pizza cutter. Yeah, so get rid of that and just bring in something a lot less dangerous, a large knife. And that works way better. Possibly I need to be using the pizza cutter a little earlier on in the process before it's all the way set, but I was out of the house while this was in the fridge, so that wasn't going to happen. And the knife works just as well. So give it a taste to make sure that it's not poison. It's always important when you're cooking to make sure that whatever you're serving to people is not poisonous. This is fine. And then for this particular one, I am actually going to be putting it into this round container, and I'm going to take it to work on Thursday and share it with my lovely colleagues who are just wonderful, wonderful human beings. And Matthew, you are going to enjoy this. I know you have a thing about potato chips and chocolate, but I think you're going to love this. So that's all in that container except for this one bit that I'm going to eat. So that's my 3 recipes with ruby chocolate. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.